We had some fun. There's a copy of this robot on Space Station right now. This one that will never get a chance to go, but I think it may have a desire. So one of the things that makes this very different from an industrial robot is we have springs built into its transmission. Come over here and feel this. Press on the forearm right just like this, like I'm doing over here. And you see this compliance. We have springs built right into the transmission. We use those springs to measure and control the torque on each of the joints of the robot. By having position sensors on both sides of the spring, we can, even at wake-up time, know what the torque is on the joint. We use those torques throughout the whole robot to then control the end effector. Depending on what kind of task you're doing, we want to have the end effector have a certain level of stiffness. For example, say you're removing or replacing one of the replaceable boxes on the space station. You want to be stiff in certain directions, but soft in others, so you can follow the guide as you're inserting it. So feel over here, pull this back and forth. That's right, and we can adjust that depending on our need. Similarly, with the elbow, this is a 7-joint arm. You can move this back and forth, once you feel that. This is a very interactive demo. Now, we can make it soft so that it will just automatically, when it comes in contact with something, it will fly and move out of the way. But, just like a human, if you need to get leverage off your elbow, we can make it stiff. Try it now. And because it's a 7, and the hand tries to stay in the same place. It's trying to stay in the same place. Now, because it's got 7 joints, we can move the elbow out of the way if we know what's going on and keep the hand roughly on track. Now, one of the most critical things in making Robonaut acceptable for use on the space station is making it very comfortable to work around. So I need you to stand back a little bit. I want you to see the robot's full motion. Having a robot with this kind of wingspan, this kind of mass, it's intimidating. We need to make the crew nice and comfortable around that. And the way we did that is by only giving it as much torque as it needs to perform the task at hand. Any more, when it is restrained because something is in its way or whatever it's dealing with is beyond that torque, the robot just stops. And it stops in a nice soft vacuum. Okay, we'll run this motion here, and then I'm going to get in the way of the robot, and you'll see what happens when it runs into something with its torque limiting system. So imagine me in the cramped quarters of Space Station, working on something, not paying attention to the robot, and it comes over, and it's doing something, and I'm in the way. And it pushes on me, and it's not too different than a human bumping it. Just like before when you felt it, why don't you try it this time? I want you to grab just where I'm grabbing over here, and tell me how much force it takes to restrain the robot. 3 pounds? Okay, and you'll see, the sequence will not continue until this one's let go, but you can easily stop it wherever you want. And now let it go, it'll finish its task, but even as it's coming back down later in this task, I can grab it and restrain it. That makes it very comfortable by the fact that you can stop it whenever you want to. And that's the basic control technique of the robot. A little later I'll show you some other safeties that ensure it never exerts force beyond a certain level.